friends, it's Hayley Paige and welcome back to my channel, Just Got Paged. Today we are talking about wedding crashing. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe below so you do not miss a single moment of magic. So why do I crash weddings? Obviously because it's a big party and it's a ton of fun with fabulous fashion. But I also feel such a stronger connection because I work with so many brides on the daily, but it's always with the design and the shopping aspect of things. So when I get to be a part of the wedding day, it's kind of like I get to be there for the ultimate blossom. I thought it would be really fun to share some of my favorite moments crashing weddings. First up was the very first time I ever crashed a wedding, which happened to be in Central Park. And it came about because the bridesmaid ended up contacting me via Instagram and letting me know that this wedding was going down and that the bride would be super, super thrilled if I showed up unannounced. So we went ahead and coordinated with her to make it a true surprise, and it ended up being just such a magical moment. I was actually like stalking her behind some bushes in Central Park, and there was something just so authentic about the moment, and her reaction was something I will never forget. It was so heartwarming. It's something that actually fuels me almost every day to think about that reaction and that moment of kinship. What's really cool about Instagram these days is that there's such an engagement with our clientele, and I no longer see it as designer to bride. It's so much more friend to friend, and there's this amazing sense of camaraderie, so I love it. The second most memorable crash was because of happenstance. I was visiting with my family in Lake Tahoe, and we were having lunch at a hotel where a wedding was taking place. And my mom was even like, ooh, Hayley, maybe she's wearing Hayley Paige. And I was like, no, Mom, she's totally not. And sure enough, she was. The photographer recognized my boyfriend and was like, hey, is your girlfriend here? And sure enough, I was there. So we coordinated this mini crash because it was quite a big wedding. The bride was wearing the Reagan gown, but what was even more exciting was that she had the matching Flower Girl dresses to her gown, which was the Eloise from our La Petite Hayley Paige Flower Girl collection. And all of the bridesmaids were also decked out. So it was kind of like this whole all-inclusive brand moment, and it was really special to have my family there, and the bride's reaction was so wonderful, especially considering I was not dressed for the attire and coming straight from Burning Man, so you can only imagine what that was like. So we get a lot of requests to crash weddings, but I will tell you to be careful what you wish for because you cannot get rid of me. At one of the crashes, we ended up staying the entire wedding. They made a table setting for me, my PR director, and my boyfriend, and we ended up hitting up the after party at the bride's parents' house. So really think I overstayed my welcome on that one. Okay, and last but not least, another wedding crash that happened to be coordinated because of the groom was out in Long Island and it was pouring rain. But what was really serendipitous about the moment was the bride was rocking the Hayley gown, one of my all-time favorites, and the bustle consisted of a 19-tier loop and pull technique. Even I had struggles with it. So it really was this moment of a mini emergency where I could be there and really lend her a helping hand. One other thing I should mention about crashing in general is that it actually isn't a traditional crash where I completely show up unannounced. I typically put my feelers out there and try to really understand what kind of wedding she's having, whether or not the bride actually wants me there, because by no means do we want to take away from any special moments of that day. As a designer, one of the most important aspects of my career is having a connection to the bride. And I think there is no better opportunity to really understand her than to work with her throughout the process in the design, shopping, and then of course on her wedding day. I hope to crash many more weddings in my future. So if you or someone you know might be dazzled by the idea of a Hayley Paige cameo at a wedding, be sure to comment below and I'll try to coordinate my travel schedule. I'm gonna leave you with a quick pro tip. As fun as it is for me to crash weddings, I realize that not a lot of people love wedding crashers. So my tip is to have one person on your bridal party on the hunt for unusual suspects at the wedding. That's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe below. And if you ever need an excuse for crashing a wedding, just say, love made me do it. And rosé.